Bangladesh's new interim government is being sworn in right now. Sheikh Hasina, a name synonymous with power in Bangladesh for decades, is now history, gone, ousted, after a 15-year tenure at the top. The new interim government is not made up of seasoned politicians or battle-tested leaders. This time, the helm of Bangladesh's governance will be handed over to individuals who have never contested an election, never faced the electorate. They are led by Muhammad Yunus, a name revered internationally as a Nobel Peace Prize-winning economist and the banker of the poor, but untested in national politics. He has stepped up at a time of crisis to take the reins by popular demand. The irony, though, is stark. A banker, a man of peace, is now tasked with navigating the treacherous waters of Bangladeshi politics. So do not be fooled into thinking that this marks the end of Bangladesh's political turmoil. Far from it. This is just the beginning of a new chapter, one that could be even more turbulent and unpredictable, who knows. The question that looms large is whether Yunus, with all his accolades, is actually prepared for the brutal realities of governing a country on the brink of chaos. And let's be clear, chaos is what Bangladesh is facing. The country has been ravaged by protests and violence since mid-July, leaving over 400 people dead. The police force has all but vanished, the civil service is paralyzed, and the economy is in tatters, with foreign reserves rapidly depleting. This is the country that Yunus and his team must now stabilize. But can they? Can a government formed not by the will of the people, but by the forces of a revolution, backed by the military, actually bring peace and order to a country in turmoil? Yunus arrived back in Bangladesh to a hero's welcome, greeted by thousands at the airport. At a news conference, in fact, he made it clear that he is here because the students, the very force behind this revolution in the country, called for him.
Using the means of revolution, Bangladesh will create its new dawn of victory. Keeping this vision ahead of us, we have to keep going. I want to express my gratitude and praise the youths who've made this possible. They have protected this country and given it rebirth, and we wish for this new Bangladesh to progress with speed.
Yunus speaks of a new dawn, a rebirth for the country. But can his vision translate into reality? Should the people of Bangladesh place their trust in him, or is it just rhetoric? A hopeful but naive dream that will crumble in the face of Bangladesh's harsh political realities. Let's not forget that the interim government has a monumental task ahead, to say the least. They must restore peace, revive the shattered economy, and perhaps most crucially, navigate the dangerous waters of political legitimacy. Remember, they were not chosen by the people, but by a group led by students with the backing of the military. Is this the kind of democracy that Bangladesh fought for? Is it the beginning of another chapter of instability and conflict? Former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia, a formidable political force in her own right, is unlikely to simply stand by and let Yunus take the reins. Zia, after all, has spent the last 4 years under house arrest, put there by none other than Sheikh Hasina. And now she sees an opportunity not just to return to power, but to actually reshape the future of Bangladesh. At a rally, she has already called for early elections, a demand echoed by her son, Tariq Rahman, who, by the way, has also called for a transfer of power to a democratic government. Rahman, the vice chairperson of the BNP, said that to achieve the goals of the revolution, national elections must be held as soon as possible. But will Yunus and the interim government that he leads heed this call, or will they cling on to power under the guise of restoring order? Will Bangladesh's political elite allow a banker, however noble his intentions, to dictate the future of a country with such a fraught history? The stakes could not be higher, as you can tell. The Awami League, Sheikh Hasina's party, is not completely out of the picture either, by the way. Her son, Sajib Wazid, has made it clear that the party has not given up. Despite the ouster of his mother, he has stated that they are ready to hold talks with the opposition. Listen in.
I had said my family will no longer be involved in politics. But the way our party leaders and workers are being attacked, we cannot give up.
But what does that mean for the interim government and for the country? Is it possible that the Awami League, with its deep-rooted connections and political machinery, could still influence the direction of the country, even from the sidelines? Bangladesh's political landscape is nothing if not unpredictable. We have seen alliances form and dissolve, promises made, broken, leaders rise and fall with dizzying speed. Could we see a scenario where the opposition, led by Khaleda Zia and the BNP, finds common ground with the remnants of the Awami League? Or will these two powerful forces clash, leading to even more instability and possibly violence? And what about Yunus? Can he truly lead Bangladesh into a new era? His rhetoric about a new dawn and second independence is stirring, but it remains to be seen if it can withstand the cold, hard realities of governing a country in crisis. The students who have backed him may be filled with hope, but hope alone does not rebuild an economy or restore law and order. How long can this interim government last before it is tested by the opposition, by the people, or by the very forces that brought it into power? Will Bangladesh see a peaceful transition, or is the country headed towards another round of conflict with new players but the same old stakes? Now, one thing is certain, amidst all that uncertainty, Bangladesh's political future is anything but clear. The battle lines are being drawn. The next few months will be critical in determining the country's path forward. Will it be one of stability and progress, or will it be a descent into further chaos and division? We don't know. We will leave you with these questions unanswered but urgent. Bangladesh stands at a crucial crossroads, and the decisions made in the coming days, weeks and months will shape its future for years to come. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.